Hello everyone, this is Julio, and in this video I want to show you a couple of things. Number one is how to create a Zoom link and how to take that link and plug it into your how to plug it into your Blend course, that little button that the district put that says Zoom, how to plug in that URL into that. And number two is helping your students accessing the Blend, meaning what is their username and password, and how does a student actually get to the Blend link. So let's get started. So first, what I want to show you is just how to get a Zoom link. There's a couple of ways. You can go to zoom.us and create a meeting there. But the way I'm going to show you is just if you download the Zoom software on your computer, that's probably the easiest way to do it. So I'm going to go to my Zoom app on my computer. You should see something like this, home, and you have four options. You have new meeting, join, schedule, and share screen. What I want to do is I want to schedule a meeting because this is going to be something that's going to live on Blend, and it's going to be the same link. Like, I don't want to change this link every single day. So I'm going to schedule a link, and here I have some information. I can give it a new name. I can give it, if you want to say, for example, Mr. Garcia's second grade classroom, you can. But what's important is this recurring meeting. This is what I want to click on because this is going to live in Blend, and every day the students are going to click on the same link. So I want to make sure that the meeting that I'm creating is recurring. Next option is meeting ID. You can use your personal meeting ID or generate something automatically. I tend to use generate automatically. That way I'm not giving out my personal ID that someone can join my meeting just by having it, and I don't want that. So the next one is security. So if you're going to input a link, the students don't have to worry about a password because it is living in Blend. They have to log in to get there, and it's a link. If you, for some reason, can't give them a link, then what you have to do is give them the generated meeting ID and the password. So you can change the password right now if you like, but if you're going to input a link, you don't have to. So next thing is you don't have to worry about that. Next one is the calendar. Like for me, sometimes when Outlook is defaulted as the calendar and I try to create a meeting, it tries to log on to Outlook and it causes a fuss, and I don't know, it's kind of glitchy. So I just use other calendars and it kind of ignores that. So then I click save, and then it opens up this little document here, and this is where all the information that's generated by Zoom and is what you need. So the information that you have is the name of your meeting, the Zoom link, the Zoom ID, and the password. So what's important for Blend and that little graphic that the district put for us is this link. So you want to make sure that you highlight everything, include all the way up to the HTTPS, all the way down to the last number or letter. And you want to control C, like leave the control button pressed and then C, and that copies that URL. It doesn't allow me to right click, so I have to control Z. If for any reason you missed out on this step, you can copy it into the clipboard, and it copies the entire thing and then paste it on a document so you don't forget it. You can just leave it there. You can set it and forget it. So I'm going to copy this. And now I want to input this in my Blend. So I'm going to go to the portal. And so how do we get in the portal? We go to portal.austinisd.org. You log in with your AISD credentials. Then it leads you to this page, and these are my bookmark apps. So if you don't have Blend in your bookmarks, the way you find it is up here in the dashboard, there's a little arrow. You go to applications and Blend Canvas. That's the one that we're looking for. Launch. So you're going to notice, at least for me, there's a bunch of boxes here on the top. And so every time the district does a training, they invite you to the Blend course. So if you're ever curious on how to find those courses, this is where they are. This is where they live, up here on the top. And on the bottom, the unpublished courses is where you're going to find the one the district made for your class. And for me, or I think for all of us, it's probably going to be your homeroom one. So here on the bottom it says 2 because I'm second grade. Homeroom 159 is Graham. That's our code, and then my name. I click there. It's going to load up the Blend page. And one thing to note, because the district did put all of these little tutorials here for Blend. So all of these little ones that are have this little like stop sign symbol, those are Blend tutorials that the district put there for us to learn how to edit our pages. And because these are not published, you could say do not published, the students don't see these. So these are here for us. And so if you're a primary grade and you want information on the Seesaw stuff, right here on the bottom, Seesaw information. So that's the tip there. But from what I understand, when the students log on to our Blend, they're going to be loaded up to our main homepage that the district created. So the way we get to that is here on the left, there's Pages. Click on that. And this is the homepage that the district provided for us. And so you'll notice that there's yellow areas here where the district would like for us to edit. But if you scroll down below, you'll see the Zoom link or the Zoom button, because right now all it is just a picture. The district doesn't really know what URL we're going to do or create or whatever, so they don't know what link to put there, so they're relying on us to do that. And so this is how you do it. Because right now it's just a graphic, you can tell because when I hover over it, nothing happens to my mouse pointer. But if I go up here, notice that it turns into a little hand as a link. So this is just a picture, it does nothing. So you go up here on the top. There is an edit button right next to the publish button. So I click on edit. Now you know that you're in the editing mode because you have this rich text editor here on the top left, and then you have your page. Now the way it defaults on me, it's very difficult to see my page, but one thing you can do is you can click this little arrow here and drag it down, and it increases the size, so that's a little bit easier to see. So the next thing that we want to do is scroll over to the link button, click on it, and you know it's highlighted or clicked on because it's highlighted blue. You can manipulate the size by clicking and dragging these little points here on the corner. So if you want to make it bigger or smaller, you can. So once you have it highlighted, you go to your rich text editor, and there's this little chain icon here. It says link to URL. You're going to click on that, and here is where you're going to paste your Zoom link. So make sure you're highlighted in there, and you can Control V to paste, or you can right click this time and paste. Now all you have to do is click the insert link, and now this little graphic has a link attached to it. So always remember that you have to save your progress, otherwise all the work that you did editing this thing will just go away the moment you back out. So scroll down, and you notice here on the bottom right there's a save button. Click save. Give it a moment, and now the page is live. Notice that here it is published, so the kids can see this if they log on. And now when I hover over it, there's a little hand now. So when I click on it, it should take me to my Zoom link. And there you go. Great, awesome. So the next question is, how do the kids access your Blend page? So just like teachers, we have to go to the portal. So you're going to ask the students to go to portal.austinisd.org, and they're going to be met with a page that looks like this, but it's going to be a condensed version. It's not going to have all of these apps. It might have like BrainPop, HMH. It'll have whatever online resource that you want them to use. It'll be on there. So the way the students log on to it after they've gone to the portal.austinisd.org is they need to use their username and password. Now, back in March and April, when we started doing our virtual classes, the district did give us some information on how to do that. And I'll include this in the email so you can have it for your reference. But basically, and here's just an example, Jane Doe, that's the name of our student. I have some information. I have the birth date, which is March 15th, 2020, and then I have their student ID number. So every kid's username and password, it's going to be, their username is going to be capital S for student and their ID number. In this case is 100234556. The password, because this student's last name is Doe, the password is going to be the first letter of their last name, which is D, capitalized. And then because March is the third month, you're going to have to put a 0 before the 3. 15 for the date, 20 for the year, and then a lowercase s for student. And that is their username and password. So once they go to portal.austinaisd.org, they put in their username and password, and they get to this page. They can click on Blend. And they should see the courses and homeroom. They'll see this course here added to them. But another way is if I click on my course, is I think I could just copy this URL and give them that link. But once they click on that link, they will have to use their username and password to log on to it. So that is another way of doing it. So I hope you found this video useful. Of course, if you have any questions, please let me know. You know where to find me. Just send me an email and I'll be happy to help. If you want to do any individual meetings, just let me know date and time and I'll be there. So thanks. Adios.